Record to the cloud. Yes, hello. We are recording.
We're
We
back.
are having some fun. And we're going to look at streaming this live stream onto YouTube because that's where it's at. And I cannot wait to find out what has been going on with you. Okay, so um should we remind you to watch it? Sure. Let's try it. Okay, I don't know what that means. Oh, here, no, let's try that. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, yes, but then I lost your picture. Oh, are you coming back? Can you hear
Hello?
me?
I can hear you. I can see you fine.
That is interesting. Okay, all
Does it
right.
need my approval
Yeah,
somehow?
no, we're not going to do that. It wants to know more. Okay. And how in the world? I'm coming back. I'm gonna find my way back. Oh, there it is. Okay. Back to meeting. Okay. I'm gonna try it on my own
Okay.
some other time. Listen,
Yeah, for sure.
you have to try new things. We
Absolutely.
we have to try things
Absolutely.
that are different and scary.
Yeah, it's
It's
uncomfortable
scary.
for sure.
And it's only scary because we haven't done it before, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, in our nervous system, our subconscious, everything is programmed to keep us safe. So if something's new, it's like, this isn't safe, but we just
Yeah.
gotta like go for it and be like, no, it's okay. We're safe. Like we can do this.
And so what if it doesn't work out? This is
Yeah.
what I'm about. Let's go and let's just try the thing. Quit being so anxious about
Yep.
new things. This is how we learn and evolve.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll get better every time you do it, like it's
Yes,
okay.
that's right.
It's all preparation.
Girl, I cannot wait. You are on fire. And we just don't even have enough time, but let's do a little questions here so that people can get to know
Okay.
you better. I think this
Yeah,
is really.
so sorry. So much has happened since I was on here last. So yeah, I would love to catch up, and I'm just so excited to chat with you again.
I am so excited. And you know, let's just get right into it, okay?
Okay.
Because you've often said that it was clear from a very young age that art was your gift, okay? So, how did your journey as an artist begin?
Yes, it was very clear from a young age that I was an artist, that it was my thing. Almost as soon as I could hold a pencil, we'll say. Like, I remember going to Glacier National Park, and in the gift shop, they had these rocks that were hand painted. And I was like 8, and I was like, I think I could do that. And I went home and I started replicating them. And then when I was around 10 or 11, a neighbor gave me a stack of Bob Ross VHS tapes. Like how his shows that he used to paint live for like 30 minutes. Do you know who Bob Ross is?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like most people have at least
Yeah.
heard of them. So, yeah, I got completely obsessed and taught myself oils, acrylics, pastels, charcoals, anything I could get my hands on. And, you know, as life took me down these different paths, art was always my one constant. And it really was kind of therapeutic for me and my escape at times. And yeah, it's always been my thing. I love it so much.
So, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have two older brothers.
Two older. Okay, you're the youngest. I was just curious here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Are they artistic as well? Do they have that ability like you?
My oldest brother is a musician, so I would say he
Mm.
is an artist
Yep.
as well, for sure. Like he's a great songwriter, singer. He can play multiple instruments, so he has it just in a different way. Which I
Okay.
mean, I love to sing, but I'm not a professional.
Sound good in the car and in the shower?
Yeah. I always sing people happy birthday in Messenger and they're like, "Oh, you have such a good voice." And like people love it. And like I love to sing at church. I'm like, I have a good church voice, but yeah,
Mhm.
it's just one of those things that I love to do, but never pursued more
I
than
love it. And hey, you sang me happy birthday on Messenger and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I love to sing to people. It's birthdays are a big deal.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes. So, what would you say has been the most challenging chapter of your journey as an artist?
Yeah, the most challenging season for sure was when I couldn't paint at all. And this is something I'm sure I talked about last time when I was on, but when I was in my late 20s, I had a blood draw, just routine blood draw, and the phlebotomist hit a nerve and a tendon in my dominant arm. So not only did I have nerve and tendon damage, but I developed this really rare disorder called complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS. And the pain was 24/7 and it was horrific. It was absolutely terrible. There were days when I needed help cutting my food, tying my shoes, washing my hair. I couldn't even carry my son anymore, who was 5 at the time. So there was a lot of both physical pain and emotional pain through that experience. And at that same time in my life, I was also in a destructive marriage and battling all sorts of other health issues. I had chronic migraines, sometimes lasting 25 days a month, extreme depression and anxiety. So I really gave up the idea that I would ever have a normal, healthy, independent life. I donated all of my art supplies and I really kind of gave up. But that season fundamentally changed how I create because something shifted in me. And it wasn't until I lost the use of my dominant arm that I became thankful that I had another arm that I could use. I became thankful that I had two legs to get me wherever I wanted to go, that I have eyes that see and ears that hear. And I just would go into deep, deep gratitude. And so I no longer paint from pain or escape. I paint from reverence and from presence and deep gratitude, and that's infused in everything I create now.
And that's how it shaped everything that you
Yeah.
do today.
Yeah, because
Wow.
it's a choice, right? Those moments that we go through, those challenges that we all experience, you can either allow it to break you and continue to be a victim, or you can learn to accept it and change what you can change and to rise above it.
Yeah,
Use it for purpose.
absolutely. Well, so after everything that you went through with your health, people may wonder, how did your arm actually heal?
Yeah, and it's really hard to put into words, but I had a profound experience with the Holy Spirit after all those years of pain and leaving my marriage of 10 years. And my faith grew. And after praying and going to gratitude, my arm healed. And it was a miracle. There is no medical explanation for it. Doctor after doctor told me with CRPS, it will never get better. There is no cure. I've talked to only, I think, 3 other people, or heard of 3 other people who have it. Like it's super rare and horrible. But yeah, and it's actually, I was told it would only get worse as I got older. So it was like this sentence, that I had to just accept. But then faith changed everything, faith and gratitude. So surrender and gratitude, I will say, is what healed it. Was a miracle. There's no other way to really explain it. So that's why my art is devotional now. Because, before I do the Bob Ross painting, it'd be like florals and landscapes. And when I got my arm back, I was like, okay, we are just going to gratitude. We're going to say a prayer and see what God wants to do with this now, because that's why I'm still here. That's why it got healed.
It's so incredible. I mean, it almost was like, did it make you kind of realize, like, this, I have to do this,
Yeah.
once you did release all of that and you were healing and you were like, this is my purpose. I know it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It made it super clear. And looking back, like I can see now how this hasn't just been a hobby or a talent. Like this has been a calling that has kept coming back to me. And it's how, like, I love to help people. So this is how I get to do it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You're the creator of what you call visual frequency medicine.
Mm.
So please tell us what it is and why does it resonate so deeply with high achieving women?
So, you know how you can be doing all the things like running the meetings, running a business, taking care of your family, taking care of yourself, and you can be exhausted by the end of the day. Like, even if you love what you do and you're really good at holding it all together, that kind of output, it takes a toll. So, visual frequency medicine is a remedy to that reality. It is spirit led, it is filled with prayer and deep gratitude. It's devotional, like I talked about. I also paint every single painting to one song on repeat, and then it's written on the back of the canvas. Because think about how music is so powerful. You know, it evokes so much emotion. It can change your thoughts, it can take you to another time and place. So that's embedded in there. And then I play with layers of texture and gold, symbolizing the refining that we go through in life. Those moments when we walk through the fires and we emerge changed. So, visual frequency medicine, it is medicine for your soul, and it will instantly elevate the frequency. It will instantly shift the atmosphere of your home or your office. Because think about how our environment affects us. It is always communicating to us and influencing us. And so when you walk into a space and you see that piece and you know the song that it went to, you can touch the texture, you know, it's engaging all those senses. It's a place where you instantly feel inspired and where grace pours into you and you feel more grounded. Like it's a support tool. This is not just something pretty to look at. It supports you, it's a tool, it grounds, it reminds you that you are safe, that you're held and you're not alone. And that doesn't just have a ripple effect in you, that goes outwards, that has an outpouring into your relationships, into your business, and how you lead, how you nurture, how you create, and everything in between. So it's essential, and that's what I'm here to do, is to talk to people about how art, how this medicine really is essential. It's not just a luxury.
And I am a testament to this because I purchased one of your paintings. Oh, it's been a few years now, and
Yeah.
I found the perfect spot for it in this house. And I have a room upstairs called it's like the Zen room,
Nice.
Zen, we call it. And
Cool.
it has I just walk into that room and immediately feel grounded and warm, like you said. And it's the so I think it was the I Am Light, that
Yep. It
song.
was. It was, if I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. I
Yeah.
feel that. I can feel the energy through it. And it's so gorgeous. And like you said, feeling the texture and I can feel um what do we want the high energy in it. And it
Yeah.
brings so much beauty to our house. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Such an honor. And like, look at what's happened in your life since then, too. You know, like, I swear with every collector, it's like this happens. And it really, that's why I'm saying it's essential. It's such a amazing tool to have. And it does wonders in people's life, you know, just that tangible reminder.
Remember, I saw that in some of your videos, and I was like, that picture right there, that photo, that your painting, is it? Do you still have it? Has anyone bought it yet? Like I
You
knew
would
it was
be
mine.
like, you were like, is my painting still available?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
it was meant
right.
to be.
Because I
Mhm.
knew it, and when I bought that, okay, and I received it. I was like, whoa. I told you, I said I could not believe the packaging in it. And just I could
Yeah.
feel the love and the quality of everything that it went into that.
Yeah. Yeah, everything I create is very experiential, as we'll talk about more, but like every little detail of what I do is very intentional and it's special. Like it's not just the painting, the unboxing itself is special, so I love that you got to experience that.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
who would you say that the woman that you create for?
So I all are welcome in my spaces. I like to always add that in there, but it is generally high achieving women who seek me out, entrepreneurs, visionaries, the deep feelers. These are women who have a lot of responsibility. They lead with heart, they give generously, but they're often really hard on themselves.
Mm,
It's a lot of pressure to do what they do, and so that perfectionism creeps in and they can really struggle with giving themselves grace. But my clients and collectors are also people who have failed a lot of times. So let me be clear about this. Um, they have tried different paths, they have taken risks, they've learned the hard way, and they've lived enough life to trust their own voice. And this is why they show up and speak so boldly because they're not leading from a place of theory, they're leading from lived experience. So it's really those are the people who seek me out. And I love supporting women. I love supporting and helping everybody, but generally, it's people who have high pressure lives who come to me.
yeah. And that's part of you've explained a lot about me too. A lot of myself. And for me, it was like I am worthy of something this beautiful. And
Yeah,
it just makes you just feel like it kind of lifts you up. It lifts you up
yeah,
and and it's just I love what you do. You know that.
yeah, yeah. No, thank you. It really is uplifting. It helps your light shine brighter so you can do what you came here to do, but with more grace, with more peace.
And I love that because mine was so feminine,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting.
Because you were in your masculine.
Yes, because I am so masculine. I usually wear all black. And here, what jumped out at me was that beautiful pink. I think they're peonies.
Hmm.
Yes. They were
Yeah,
just, oh, it's just so beautiful. So when something speaks to you like that, you have you got to follow your heart.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's calling to you for a reason, for sure.
Yeah. Well, your art is so it's so experiential and so are your events. So can you tell us about your signature offerings, especially your sip and paint experiences? I want to hear about this.
Yes, yes. So, as you said, like everything I create is experiential. It's not just my paintings, it's the unboxing, but it's especially true of my sip and paint events. And these are not, like I repeat, these are not where you get drunk and copy a painting. Like this is a mind, body, soul experience, inviting you to deeper connection for reflection and perspective shifts. So, how I do it differently is we always start with a grounding exercise and then we'll go over a mindset topic and discussion, something that is empowering and easily can be applied to your life immediately. So everybody who comes to my events leaves with some value. And that's really awesome to see. Like they're always so excited and it's these aha moments that come through to them. So after we go through the topic, then I will teach some sort of fundamental about art. Like it could be how to use these different tools. It could be what a hero color is, values, something fundamental. And then we get to play. And you can paint something intuitively to the topic that we discussed, or you can paint whatever you want. Like that's what's so great about it. And there's always at least one person who goes off and paints something totally different. And I love it and I encourage it. And I really invite people to to get kind of uncomfortable and explore. So, like, try painting with your non-dominant hand. Use a toothpick and make scratch marks. See what happens. Like, choose your colors intuitively or what brings you joy. And it's because it's not about what the painting looks like. It's about honoring the emotion that comes to the surface and the feeling that you leave with. So I really prioritize, intuition and honoring yourself over perfection. And it's amazing what happens when people surrender and quit judging themselves. And they're
Mhm.
like, wow, they're like, I didn't realize this was going to happen. I didn't know how much I needed this. So it's very transformational.
I have to tell you, so my son and his girlfriend just went to a sip and paint, and he sent me a picture of their two paintings.
Mhm.
And he didn't say, like, who do you think did what? Like, I already knew. But I loved it because and he'll totally agree with me, but he has never had a lot of artistic ability. Now, I know we're all artistic, but especially the painting and drawing, like myself either. It's not my specialty. So he was
Mhm.
showing me their paintings, and I said, I knew whose was whose. And I said, I love your girlfriends because it was so feminine and
Mhm.
beautiful. And his was like, he just added so much to it. And
Awesome.
he's like, I said, oh, I was so impressed. Like you really put, what you wanted in there. And it was so
Mhm.
good.
You
And I
can tell
love
when people put
feedback.
that he put his heart and soul into it, and it makes a big difference rather than getting into perfectionism and needing to copy and then beating yourself up because you can't do it, just let it go. It's so awesome. So yeah, I love these sip and paints. I've been doing them for a few years now, and they really translate seamlessly into retreats, into leadership teams, corporate settings, like faith-based gatherings, anywhere where people are wanting entertainment, but with depth. So with the combination of like how I do them, it really is powerful on a global scale. They're just so fun. But you get like I said, you get a lot out of them.
Yeah, I wish you were closer.
Well, maybe I can come to a city near you.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be going all over with
Oh
these,
my
all
gosh, I
over.
love that.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I've got to keep this in mind here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're also an international best-selling author. So how does writing connect to the work that you're doing now?
So, writing has really just been an extension of my art. I wrote the book, The Power of Color, which is available on Amazon, talking about color and how it influences us. And then I'm so, so grateful to you for inviting me to be a contributing author to Unleash Her, Real Stories of Healing from the Inside Out, which that's the international bestseller, which is incredible. It was so fun to collaborate with all these other women. And I'm just really proud of them for sharing their stories. It was a wonderful experience. And then I also had the honor of creating the cover, the front and back cover for the book. And so I really loved being able to contribute in that way as well. So writing is what gives the language, whereas my art is what gives the feeling. So they really go hand in hand together.
Yeah. Thank you for the front and back cover. It was incredible. Like that made the book.
Thank you. It was so fun to do. I'm glad everybody really, really liked it. I love that kind of stuff. So when you were like, if you have any ideas, I'm like, girl, I got you. I could like, I'll come up with some stuff and see what you think.
I might be reaching out to you again here very
Yeah,
soon.
anytime. I'm
It was
happy to
beautiful.
help and support
Yeah,
you any way I can.
thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, now you are stepping into a bigger public conversation, okay?
Mhm.
Including an upcoming feature on moving America forward on CNBC.
Mhm.
This moment represent for you.
So I'm so pumped. It's an incredible moment and just, I think, acknowledgement of how far I've come and just I keep showing up for myself. I keep doing the work. So this has just been very validating of that. And then, yeah, CNBC is a major news network. And I'm being interviewed by Dr. Kimberly Olson, who is the head of Gold Digger Girl, if you've heard of her. I have watched her for years, for the last like 3 years, build her business into this like eight-figure enterprise. And I just love what she does. She's like America's sweetheart, like you, like just so sweet and genuine and leads with heart. So I'm really excited to not only contribute to moving America forward, which is very empowering, but just to meet her and connect in person. Like I love connecting and collaborating.
This is
Yeah,
awesome. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Where can people learn more about your work, or invite you to create an experience for their community? Please let us know.
Everything lives at jadebrandcollective.com. That's where you can view my artwork. I have originals, prints, I have home goods now designed with my art. So there's mugs, journals, candles, cards, all again very intentional, every little detail. And then my events you can explore there and just really feel into like the heart that I put into everything. And then if someone wants to book an experience with me, for their retreat, for their leadership team or their community, I have a dedicated form on my both my events page and my publicity page, and that just makes it easy to get that conversation going. And then I'm easily accessible on social media. I admit I'm kind of old school. I love Facebook. That's where I'm mainly at. I just feel like people are so much more genuine, and I just do a lot of connection on there, a lot of connecting. But I am also available on Instagram, and you can reach me by email at hello@jadebrandcollective.com.
Awesome. You know, I've watched you for the past few years. We had the same mentor, we were in the same program, and I've always been, attracted to your energy, right? It's your energy. And I've
Likewise.
seen you up and down, and I see where you're at today.
Mhm.
And I know, but what would you say is the biggest contributing factor to where you're at today?
I would say it's hard to say just one. I think it is very valuable to always have a mentor. Um, but a lot of it really, I would say, again, just like with my arm, it's surrender and gratitude. You know, like gratitude's one of those things that will shift your perspective from lack and limitation to abundance and surrender, that letting go. And that was the hardest part for me, as I think it is for a lot of people that I know. It's the letting go because we want to know the how and the when, and we want it to be in our time. But that's where like my faith came in. And as my faith built, like really all the glory goes to God. Like I ever since I really have deepened my faith, and that has been my main focus. And again, like gratitude, like thankfulness for everything. It's like it opened all sorts of doors, and I feel just so at peace. Because one thing I do want to mention that I don't feel like it's talked about enough is that the healing journey can almost get addictive and keep you in that victim mentality. And so that surrender and just acceptance, sometimes I interchange those words because surrender at times has felt like powerlessness, but acceptance is like, it's okay to not be okay. Like, this is a high pressure job, even though you love what you do. So there are moments of contrast in life, and there always will be. And we don't always need to fix ourselves, So again, like my sip and paints, whether you were on top of the mountain screaming victory, or if you are crumbling under the pressure, my approach is the same, and I will meet you exactly where you are, And that's where the clarity and the grace and the inspiration comes through. So long story short, I'm like I can't pick just like one thing, but faith, surrender, gratitude, space holding. Yeah.
That's exactly, I thought faith, because I just have watched you grow. But what I love about you is that you, you've really put yourself out there and you show that it's okay to feel because we have to feel to heal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think so many of the women that I encounter are afraid to be vulnerable because, when all these eyes are on you, there can be that criticism and said that perfectionism kind of kicks in. So I'm like, I'll be the one to do it. Like, I'll put it all out there. And I do. And it's led to the most incredible conversations with people, and they're like, that, I really needed to hear that. Like, I get so many private messages just wow, like I can relate to what you're going through. And, you know, we we don't need to share everything publicly, but we have to have community. We have to have people that we can trust to be vulnerable with because you do need to feel it to heal it. You can't stuff it down or it's going to come out one way or another.
Yes, exactly. And so that's been just I think you need to speak about that more about the part of not staying in that healing. Because we could, like you said, you could be forever healing through something where one day you just have to be like, look, I'm good. I have released, I've let this go. I'm aware of it, you know,
Mhm.
I've let it go. Now let's move on. The
Yeah,
embodiment part.
absolutely. The embodiment part. And yeah, acknowledging what's there. But not staying stuck in it and just being like, you know what, this is a choice. I have a choice and I am choosing to let this go. Because think about it, if you can just visualize, if your hands are full of all this pain and these lessons, your hands aren't open to receive what is coming your way. So it can be a part of your story, and it absolutely will be. It's part of your testimony, but you have to shift over into the embodiment and the gratitude and yeah, not staying stuck. But yeah, faith is what helped me do
Yeah.
that. That was finally the piece that, because I had faith, but then it kind of went into some different areas and then it really came back prevalent. And man, it's just been blessing after blessing since then. Not that life's been perfect, but it's like
Mhm.
I feel like I have that grace to handle it. And I'm like, it's okay to not be okay, but we're going to get through this. I know without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to get through this. And again, just knowing who I am in Christ gives me so much peace and it puts things in perspective that some of these things, they're really not that big of a problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, so beautifully said. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, it's so good to visit with you again. And just I just love connecting with you. You too just have so much beautiful, sparkly, vibrant energy, but you're so like earthy at the same time. And yeah, I just love your smile and visiting, and you always brighten my day. So thank you for this. And thank you again for inviting me to be part of your book. That was amazing. I'm glad it did so well.
Hey, I'm going to tell, like I said, this was a collaboration
Mhm.
of women, and we're not done. Like,
No,
girl, we're just
no,
getting started. So
absolutely.
we had to take our winters. It's been really cold here, and we have a lot of snow and more snow today, and we're not used to all this. So it's beautiful to take this time to be like, okay, I'm going to stay home, and in this time, I'm going to create and
Mhm.
really sit here and say, what do I want this year? That's what's been so
Yeah,
beautiful about that. Instead of, getting mad and sitting around and watching Netflix the whole time,
yeah,
I'm
yeah, for sure.
we I know that we all do have a purpose here.
Mhm.
And when we find out what that is, and we find the people that we are here to serve and help, it just makes your life so fulfilled.
Absolutely. And like I believe I said probably on our last podcast interview was you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to keep nurturing yourself and pouring into yourself. And sometimes that's giving yourself grace to pause and just be, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And I can't wait for the day I get to meet you in person too. I know
I
it will happen.
know.
It will happen.
I don't know what this, yeah, this year, I think it could happen. There's
Yeah,
a lot of things happening this year.
absolutely. Oh man, this year, I feel like all the years, the last 3, 4 years was like all the preparation.
Yes.
And because, if I was asked to be on CNBC last year, I wouldn't have been able to handle it. My nervous system, I would have felt like I
Mhm.
still would have had touches of that unworthiness. And even if I was excited to, well, obviously I'd be excited to do it. I don't think my nervous system could have handled it. So everything in divine timing, right? But I feel like, yeah, this year is like it's starting off with a bang and we're just getting started.
Yes. Oh, well, I'm excited to see everything else that you're bringing toward us this year
Thank
for us.
you.
I love it.
Likewise.
So, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in. Go check out Jade's artwork. Your website is again, please tell everyone.
JadeBrianneCollective.com.
Okay.
Maybe we can put it in like a link below or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely will be. Yes. Thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.